An ex-WWE star makes a shock AEW debut, plus an NXT title match finish changed twice mid-match. Plus, we have a spoiler on Impact Wrestling's big surprise tomorrow. It's all in the wrestling news right now. Now, this morning you will have seen some really shocking headlines regarding a lawsuit leveled at WWE over offensively racist creative. This is a big subject, and we didn't want to bring you the first news video and omit it. We have a follow-up video that's coming on in a few hours' time where we will go into detail on what this means and what will happen going forward. We wanted to give it the time and attention it deserves, and that'll be coming up on the Cultaholic YouTube channel a little later on today, so stay tuned for that. For now, though, let's talk AEW. A surprise debut on Dynamite last night. You could have knocked me down with a feather with this one.
Bloody well, no, Tom. It was the end of heartache for many of us wrestling fans to see this certain person back on our television. So last night on Dynamite, Adam Cole was attacked by the Jericho Appreciation Society in the ring. And then Orange Cassidy and Bandito came out, right? But they were unable to turn the tide. And then we saw the
Tim Allen from Home Improvement.
We saw the shocking debut of one Roderick Strong, who charged to the ring and made the save. And then shortly after, Tony Khan confirmed that Strong had indeed signed with AEW. Now, this obviously caught everybody off guard, and it was still very much believed that he was actually under a WWE deal still, as he was last seen in NXT as the head of the Diamond Mine faction. We didn't see him on TV for a long time or anything like that. Roddy then shared a video montage of his indie wrestling work last night with the message, "The Messiah is back," declaring the Messiah of the Backbreaker is open for booking.
It seems like Tony Khan's opened his checkbook twice here, once for Roderick Strong and once for Killswitch Engage's End of Heartache.
Yes!
Which is what played him to the ring.
So cool. So cool.
I haven't heard Killswitch Engage since I was, obviously This Fire Burns was iconic theme of Randy Orton's for a day and someone else's. But they were great.
They're mint. Like,
what would I give to behold the smile, the face of love? There's an old school one from Killswitch Engage. You're welcome. Fightful Select offer an update on the Roderick Strong debut. Strong had been off TV on WWE for months, and WWE had been dead silent about his status with the company. The last we'd heard, there was a discussion about pitching the idea of having him coach through the remainder of his deal, though we don't know if that was ever made to him. Now, recently 2K was told to exclude Roderick Strong from the game. WWE talent that we spoke to had not been given an update by WWE about his status or lack thereof with the company, and we'd simply been told that he'd not been at the Performance Center in quite some time. About the only update we had from those close to him as of late was he was doing well physically and cleared to wrestle. AEW talent we spoke to were pleasantly surprised, as Strong is well liked by most in the industry. Now, we know Kyle O'Reilly is taking extended hiatus. Numerous injuries are keeping him away, but now you've got Adam Cole in there. Now you've got Roderick Strong in there.
Makes sense, Tom.
Bobby Fish must be over the moon. Where's the lie?
Where's the lie?
I think this is a good get for AEW. I think Adam Cole, Roderick Strong. I think rolling back a bit of Undisputed Era. I think is good.
It's inevitable that that's going to happen. Maybe we'll finally get the Undisputed Elite versus the Elite somewhere down the line as well, because it felt like that was where things were going beforehand, before everything sort of kicked off, and Adam and Kyle took some time off, obviously, because of injuries and concussions and whatnot. So I think that we'll get back on track with that at some point, which I'm excited about. I'm just really happy to see Roddy back, because like for the longest time it felt like we just had no idea what was going on with Roddy, whether maybe he was injured or taking time away to recover from things and this, that and the other. But to see him back, to see him healthy, and to see like the crowd pop for him when he came out as well, it was a lovely thing. It was a very, very lovely thing to see.
Good time. Cheers, mate. Creed brothers crying. Also last night on Dynamite, we had the announcement of a welcome return.
Yeah, we did. So Tony Khan announced that the opening ceremonies of the Owen Hart Cup will take place at Double or Nothing on May 28th. The tournament itself will be held in Canada, and matches will be held at AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling's Forbidden Door event on June 25th. Now, the tournament finals will be held in Calgary on July 15th, which is currently labelled, Tom, as a House Rules show at the Saddle Dome.
Oh, the Saddle Dome and a house. Well, I wonder whether they'll upgrade that, because it depends what else is happening around there.
Well,
that's a Saturday night, that is.
That's a Saturday night.
Oh, it's a Saturday night.
Well, I wonder if they use it as, I think it'd be silly not to have the finals on TV, but maybe they use it as like a, sell more tickets for a house show kind of thing.
No, but surely it seems like a good idea to have the two final seeds in the Owen Hart tournament involved in a collision on Saturday.
Oh God, I forgot about
July the 15th.
Yeah, that makes that makes sense.
So I reckon by that point we may very well have that new 2-hour hard draft split Saturday show from AEW, which is kind of why I feel better about Roddy coming in, because normally I'd be going too many cooks, too many cooks, too many cooks, too many cooks. But I don't need to now, because we've got ROH set up, so some of the roster's gone there, and we're gonna get the rosters divided in two, split in twain, so then we've got two set rosters, a lighter load. I'm all for that.
Yeah, me too.
This is what I wanted.
Yay!
It's what we want to happen.
I'm looking forward to seeing the Owen Cup back as well. I wonder if the Owen Hart Cup is sort of like a showcase for Roderick Strong in AEW, as well as it was for Kyle O'Reilly, I believe, as well. When we had the Owen Hart Cup last year, Kyle O'Reilly made some tremendous strides within that tournament. I think his final match was up against Samoa Joe, and he couldn't quite do it, but he still put up a decent fight as well. I wonder if we even see, hopefully, maybe, fingers crossed, Kyle O'Reilly come back at this point too. That would be nice to see. I hope he's doing well, whatever it is. But yeah, really happy to see the Owen Hart Cup back too.
How wonderful. This week on the Cultaholic Podcast feed, I had a lovely conversation with the man that made the Owen Hart Cup title belt. Belt fan Dan, known as Belts by Dan. He's a bit of a go-to guy for a bit of wrestling news and belt news, and I had a chat with him this week since the announcement of the new World Heavyweight title. I wanted to talk to him about how a belt's put together, the making of it, his thoughts on it, and we have a lovely chat about how he got into it, belts that he's made for the New York Yankees and for New Japan and that sort of thing. It's a 15-minute conversation we have on the podcast feed. If you're not subscribed already, search Cultaholic wherever you get your podcast from. You get daily news, classic reviews, and an interview with Belt fan Dan. It's a lovely man. Chef's kisses. NXT was on Wednesday, and we saw Indy Hartwell gutting it out to retain her NXT Women's title. This was a match that went very back and forth because she got taken off a medical treatment halfway through after landing badly on her leg. She made it back into the match to retain it. Brian Alvarez says that she was indeed legitimately hurt during that women's match, so everything that we saw was ad-libbed. It was a sense that she got hurt during the match. She went to get checked out, but she was like, I'll go back and be a
trooper.
And she did. Brian Alvarez then revealed they actually changed the finish during the match to Tiffany winning the NXT Women's title.
Wow.
And that was the way it was going to go, as it was being as it communicated to them. And then, a short while later, they went, actually, no, Indy's coming back to where we were. Change it back again. So the match changed twice.
That's a big deal. All the more power to Indy for going back out again and finishing the match. Bless her. It looked brutal as well. The senton from Tiffany Stratton. It was a senton off the top rope onto the outside from Tiffany Stratton onto Roxanne Perez and Indy, and it looks like Indy's leg/ankle buckles when Tiffany hits them both. Bless her. It looked not nice. It didn't look nice at all. So to see her come back out and finish the match, more power to her. Good on her.
In other injury news, Grayson Waller got hurt during his main event, during his title match against Carmelo Hayes at NXT Spring Break, and he was in that rolling cutter. And he banged himself. We don't know his status. We also know that Sol Ruka is legit injured. That's what led to her getting attacked by the mystery person.
God damn it.
I know, right?
Those bloody mystery people.
Flipping mystery person. No, I know that Peter Andre was keen to get close to the mysterious girl, but I don't think Sol Ruka was. We got a tiny spoiler. Well, Andrew has a spoiler for Impact tomorrow night based on something that Jack and I spoke about yesterday about this big surprise that Impact have coming up for their tapings tomorrow in Chicago. Now, you might not want the surprise. You might want to find out with the rest of the world
But no, it's not. It's not
So
him.
here's your beat to kind of disappear.
Yes.
Keys, love you. You're still here. Cool. Here's it, Andrew.
This comes from PW Insider Elite.com. They say that Impact Wrestling's big Chicago surprise for their TV tapings this weekend is the debut of former WWE star Trinity Fatu, aka the former Naomi.
Yay!
This would be Fatu's first wrestling appearance since exiting WWE. PW Insider have also confirmed this is not planned to be a one-time appearance and will be the start of a run for the former SmackDown's Women's Champion in Impact.
Nice. What a great get for that rich and broad and varied and tapas-esque knockouts division.
It's a great division with lots of really, really good women's talent as well. And to have Trinity Fatu in there as well, that is a great get for Impact. I think a lot of people will hopefully be tuning in to see what's going on with her in that company.
Yeah, first time seeing her since the walkout from last year of WWE, and all the best with that. Excited to see what happens. Impact continue to keep us on our toes, don't they, Andrew?
They certainly do.
And we'll keep you on your toes with the latest wrestling news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Keys.
I love you, bye.